Hi everyone, and welcome to my desk. If you're new to my channel, I'm Austen. I'm a full-time digital content creator, and while sometimes I am out and about shooting content, a good majority of my days are actually spent here at my desk. I thought in today's video it would be fun to show you my work from home desk setup in this kind of mini home office I've created in the corner of our apartment. I'm so grateful that after all these years, I finally have a space that is mine, dedicated to work, and where I feel truly productive. So I'm going to walk you through everything on, in, and near my desk, and I'm going to link as many things as I can in the description box down below so that you can shop any of these items if you think they would be useful for you as well. If I can't find the exact item, I will find something similar and mention that in the description. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's start out with the desk itself. I actually got this desk on Amazon a couple of years ago, back when we were living in our apartment in Queens. And you know what I love about this desk is it is just so simple and easy. It's extremely minimal. It has the white metal base and it has this kind of faux wood top, but I love that it's not actually wood because if you ever spill things on it or get it dirty, it's really easy to clean. It's perfect for small spaces, especially if you are apartment living like I am. And I feel like I've really built a system for myself around this desk, but I've had it as the base for I think 4 years now, and I've had no problems with it. So I used to have this small 3-drawer kind of rolling cart next to my desk where I was able to store things, but I was able to upgrade it, I think 2 years ago now, to this awesome white storage cabinet. It actually is on wheels, and I just have it right next to my desk at all times. And this has truly changed the game in terms of being able to store my equipment, my tech supplies, my paper supplies, all of that stuff that used to kind of just be scattered and not really have a home. So this particular console I actually got from Kohl's, and what I like about it is it has 5 drawers, so I'm able to kind of categorize and assign different things to different drawers, and I'll walk you through all of them. And then it also has this big cabinet on the side, which, believe it or not, actually is able to hold all of my tripods as well as some of my camera equipment. So it's not necessarily the most organized or a perfect system, but to be able to put everything in there at the end of the day and get it out of the way is a big deal for me. So in the left cabinet, like I said, that's where I keep all of my different tripods. So I have my big camera tripod. I also have my ring light tripod. Yes, can fold up and fit in there. And then I also have a gooseneck tripod, which I use if I'm ever shooting any vertical video or any like hand video, which is not that common for me. That might be more useful to you if you create craft content or if you create food content and you want to shoot from like a bird's eye view. But I've tried and tested so many creator tools over the years that I basically have just a ton of different tripods on hand for any one of my needs. So let's take a peek inside of my drawers. On the bottom, nothing too interesting. This is where I keep my extra Glossier pink bubble pouches, and I also just keep, honestly, like wrapping supplies in here. So any random ribbons or tissue paper. Sometimes they come in handy for last-minute gifts or my Poshmark orders or anything like that. On the next drawer up, this is basically all of my stationery. So in here, I have envelopes. I keep extra birthday cards. Does anyone else do that? I love to have extra birthday cards, thank you cards, whatever it is on hand, just in case an occasion comes up when I need one quickly and don't have time to run out. I also keep Post-its in here, and I think it was one of my high school teachers who introduced me to extra sticky Post-it notes, so I refuse to go back to just the regular ones. If you're ever buying Post-its, get the extra sticky ones. I honestly just have a bunch of different types of cards in here. I have a kind of pack that I got from Amazon that I gave to my bridesmaids during my bachelorette weekend, but they say fun things like glow getter and things like that, so those are fun to have on hand. Some thank you notes from Rifle Paper Company, love them, such cute designs. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's mainly stationery. Drawer number 3 is probably the most interesting one in terms of content creation equipment. This is basically my tech drawer. Now in here, I keep things like chargers for all of my various cameras and phone clip-on lights and things like that. I also keep my Canon G7X in here, really great photos on that camera. That's my old vlog camera. This is also where I keep extra phone chargers, my shotgun mic, and my lapel mic for my DSLR camera, and of course all of my hard drives, which have backups of all of my YouTube videos from over the years on them. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch my video where I walked through all of my YouTube filming equipment, that would be a great place to go to get a more detailed explanation of everything in that drawer, but for purposes of this video, I'm going to keep things moving. Now, this next drawer is probably not exciting to anyone other than me. This is just where I keep cards that people send me. This is also where I keep my little thank you cards that I put inside of each Poshmark order that I get. So if someone buys something from my closet on Poshmark, I have a pre-printed little thank you note that I put in there. And mainly I just keep like stickers, business cards, other stuff like that in this drawer. And then in the top drawer here, I basically just have things like tape. I have a tape measure, I have push pins, I have packing tape, again, if I have like a Poshmark order or I need to do a return of some kind. I also keep a few techie things in here, but more like my personal tech versus what I need for content creation. So that is AirTags, my extra backup set of AirPods, an extra Casetify phone case, and I actually just see 2 disposable cameras in here, which clearly I need to develop because I have absolutely no idea what those are from or what's on them. That's always a fun surprise. And this is also where I keep my 3-hole punch. I really did not have a use for one of these until I created my digital course and I started printing out all of the PDFs to put in a binder to make sure that they looked good, because obviously for my digital course, the PDFs that go along with it, you can view digitally, but I also just wanted to see what they would look like if someone printed them out and put it in a binder too. So that's why I have this. But probably more interestingly, on top of my rolling storage cabinet, I have these 2 white plastic bins. Now, if you followed me for a while, you probably know that I am a beauty content creator, and one of the things that I have to do each week as a creator is go through any PR that gets sent to me. So if a brand wants me to test a new product, I will always put what I receive in one of these 2 bins. The bin on the left is my giveaway bin, which is products that for one reason or another, I'm not going to be able to test. Either I have too many, maybe I've tried it already and I just want someone else to try it, or maybe it is not suited to, my hair type or my skin tone or my skin type, and I'm not going to be able to get a good result from using it. Because I do get a lot of unsolicited products that come in, and while most of them are a fun surprise, sometimes if there's something I can't use, I obviously would prefer for it to go to a good home rather than me just, get rid of it. So usually whenever I see friends and family, I just saw Andrew's family this past weekend and I brought it to all of, his cousins and his sister and all of that. And everyone loved getting a chance to go through and pick out products. And then the other bin on the right contains products that I do want to test out. And it also contains some back stock of product. So that just means that maybe I have a refill of a product that I love in this bin ready to go for whenever I run out of it. But usually my goal is to have both of these bins be as empty as possible, and for the bin on the right to get emptied as often as it can be so that the products are actually within reach for me at my vanity or in my skincare cabinet in our bathroom, so that I am able to actually test them and they are just within reach, which makes it much easier. If you'd like to see the in-depth process of sorting and organizing my beauty products, I covered that in a recent video, so I will leave a link to that on the screen and down below for you if you'd like to watch that next. Okay, and now let's move on to what is actually on top of my desk. Let's start with the thing that I literally could not do this job without, which is my laptop. So I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro with an M2 chip. I upgraded this laptop, I think in early 2022, and I have loved it. I've had no issues with it. My desktop background is always one of my desktop wallpapers that is available inside of my Patreon membership, so it gives monthly content ideas and important dates for you to consider creating content around. And then right next to that, the other thing I could not do my job without is my phone, and I have chargers for both my laptop and my phone that tuck nicely behind the storage cabinet, so I don't really have too many wires at my desk. I know there are ways to hide wires and everything, but I just think they look so messy in the first place, so by just having these 2 things here, those are the essentials and nothing else. That keeps me feeling a little bit neater and organized. Now, my phone is inside of a phone stand, which This is one of those things that I didn't really know I was missing it until I tried it. Back when I was working at a tech startup, our CTO came over to my desk and saw me trying to lean my phone against my laptop screen, and he picked up my phone, slid in a phone stand, put my phone in it, and I've never looked back. I love this one because it's super affordable from Amazon. I will definitely link it below. I feel like everyone needs one of these just so it's within easy reach and you don't have to worry about standing your phone up or dropping it or hurting your hand throughout the day. And I think it comes in other colors too. Another piece of technology that's always on my desk is my AirPods Pro. So I actually just got myself a new pair of these. I have my backup pair like you saw in the drawer that I got in 2019, so it was just time for an upgrade. I love the noise canceling. It's especially helpful if Andrew and I are both working from home, which can sometimes be the case. So the noise canceling obviously does come in handy for that, and these newer ones that I got actually hold a charge much better than my other ones did too. So that allows me to have them in basically throughout the day if I need them, just with some occasional charging. I love listening to fun Spotify playlists or podcasts while I work, depending if I need to focus or if I'm doing more admin-y work where I can listen to a podcast. Let me know what you listen to while you're working in the comments down below. I'm so curious, and especially feel free to drop the podcast recommendations because I feel like I'm always in need of new ones. And then the last thing on the left side of my desk, this is kind of a seasonal thing for me. This is a fall-winter thing, is I have a candle burning. This to me just helps set the tone, gives me that kind of cozy mentality. It makes me feel happy to be working from home because I just have that one little joyful thing that I do in the morning, which is to light a candle. And to me, the thing about a desk candle is that it does not need to be that expensive. This one is a Daniel Wellington one that I got from TJ Maxx for, I think, $5. You can even buy a pack of candles from Amazon. But yeah, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Target, lots of great places to get cheap candles. I just recommend having them on hand. I picked this one that's like a maple praline caramel scent, which I feel like is perfect for fall, which is when I'm filming this. But you could pick any scent you want. Okay, moving on to the right side of my desk, I have just a regular pencil holder. Well, actually, it's not really a regular pencil holder. It's a tiny paint can, which I think is so cute. And I don't know where I got it from, so if I can find something similar, I will link it down below. But obviously, any jar or container that you want to hold pencils, your scissors, maybe a small ruler or something like that, I think is a reasonable thing to have on your desk. This is extremely important, and the girls who get it will get it, which is I always have the Laneige lip sleeping mask on my desk. My lips get so dry, especially during fall, winter, and if I'm not reaching for this at least a couple of times a day, then something must be wrong. My favorite is the original berry flavor also. And then also on my desk is something new that I've been testing out, which is a small kitchen timer, and I've been using that to do time blocking. So I will set the timer for something short, like 15 or 20 minutes, just to get one specific task done. And once I get that task done, the timer will go off, and it just has helped me stay focused because it can be really hard to stay focused, especially when you work in social media and your job involves checking Instagram and checking TikTok. So I've just found this really helps keep me on task and helps me get through tasks that I can sometimes, be guilty of dragging out a little bit much faster. Obviously, you can have a timer on your phone as well. I just find this visual countdown that is not my phone, so I don't need to touch my phone, actually very helpful. And the other thing that is always on my desk with me is my Stanley water tumbler. I got gifted this Stanley tumbler, I think it was actually about a year ago. I think we're about to celebrate our 1-year anniversary, me and this Stanley. And let me just say, as someone who not only drinks a lot of water throughout the day, but also loves their water to be ice cold, this is the move. The Stanley spends 90% of its time at my desk, so I wouldn't really recommend it for traveling or being on the go, but for your work from home setup when you just want to always be hydrated, definitely recommend that. And then the Stanley and the candle are actually on top of these neoprene marble coasters that I also found on Amazon. They came in a pack of 6, I believe, but I've actually gotten 2 packs over the years because the black ones I find are better for drinks, especially for coffee, because if you spill on the white ones, it's a little harder to get out. But anyway, they are really nice because they absorb condensation really nicely, so it's not like other coasters where things are slipping and sliding. They kind of absorb any extra moisture. So I just have one under my candle and one for my drink at my desk so that I am not dripping or getting anything near, especially my laptop or my phone, that I don't want to be there. And then on the right-hand side of my desk, I do have a kind of stack of a couple of things. One of them is my pink laptop case. Now, this is perfect for if I'm going to work from a coffee shop. I just have easy access to it. I also got this on Amazon, if you're sensing a pattern here. And it is really nice quality. It's just a clean, simple laptop case, and it makes sure that it protects my laptop if I'm out and about. And then I also have a couple of binders. I have a binder from a digital course that I took. I have a binder with PDFs from my digital course that I actually am in the process of reviewing and updating right now, so that's why it is on top. And I also keep a blank notebook at my desk too. You never know when sometimes you just want to write something down or put something pen to paper. I love digital systems, especially Notion, but it's always good to just have something like this on hand. And then let's talk about my chair. Sometimes I do get questions about my desk chair. This is from Walmart, and I was just looking for a white, oh no, I'm gonna mess up this word. Ergonomic chair? Ergonomic? I feel like this is a word I should know how to say, but long story short, I just wanted a white chair that had support. I liked the mesh look. I wanted something that would roll, and this checked all of those boxes, and I believe it was relatively affordable. And I just liked having the white and wood look all throughout my desk, and also what is above my desk, which I will get to. So right above my desk, all the way at the edge of the wall, is a wire mesh file storage hanger. So all I needed to do was level that out and screw it into the wall. Super easy. And I also got these black, white, and pink file folders from Target. And I got the mesh file storage holder from Target as well. And then the holder is from Target as well. This is basically where I keep all of my business files. So I have my EIN confirmation is in there, my certificate of formation, tax information from over the years. Basically, all of the boring things that you actually need to run a business are easily accessible right in there. And then last but not least, I wanted to add a little bit of decor and decoration to my desk. So that is where my art prints and my floating shelves come from. So to start with the art prints, the pink New York City fire escape is a print from Decenio, and I actually found this frame just on the street in Hoboken. It was unwrapped and untouched, so I just grabbed it and I came home, went on Decenio's website, and was able to order a print with the exact dimensions of the frame, so that worked out really well. The other print I got from HomeGoods, I think it was like $30, so again, it was super affordable. I would say that these two prints and kind of the rest of the decor is a little bit more minimal than what I might do if, say, I had my own room that was my home office. But since this is a shared space, I was just trying to think about things that would go nicely with the rest of our decor and not be too flashy or crazy, but still feel like me. And then I have some floating shelves. So the floating shelves are actually from Target. I put them up all by myself. I did not. Andrew did it for me. Thank you, Andrew. And pretty much all of the decor on them, with the exception of this picture frame, is from the Target dollar section. So once again, you definitely do not need to spend a ton of money to decorate an area like this. I honestly find that, these small ceramic vases and these fake plants are just so cute, and they, Target, HomeGoods, Marshalls, any of those places are going to have great options for you. So just keep an eye out for things that you think you will like and add to your space over time. And then the picture frame on the shelf is from HomeGoods. And I forgot to mention the picture frame on my desk was actually an engagement gift from my friends at The Knot, which was so nice of them. So I will have to try and see if I can track down where that frame is from. But I do like the idea of having pictures. Obviously, Andrew and I just got married a few weeks ago, so I've got like our proposal picture and then a photo from our actual engagement shoot next to my desk. But I'll probably swap out for a wedding photo and maybe some other photos at another time. I really hope you enjoyed seeing everything in excessive detail that is on, in, and near my desk. So thank you guys so much for watching. As I mentioned, I will link as many things as I can find down below in the description box. But if you are looking for a link to something that is not down there, or if I can answer any other questions about my work from home setup, please leave me a comment and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos from me every single week. And if you want that more in-depth walkthrough of my filming equipment that I mentioned earlier, I will leave it as the up next recommendation on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.